Vamos a medir el efecto de la radiación de unas antenas de Telefónica de Argentina y Movistar, y está midiendo 9, alrededor de 9, 12, ¿sí?, de radiación. Cuando, según distintos organismos alemanes, lo recomendable es valores menores a 1, ¿sí? Pero esto estamos 13 veces por encima, pero no es nada con respecto a lo que vamos a ver si nos acercamos hacia un cuarto. Acá estamos entrando al cuarto, ¿sí? 230, 400, ¿sí? 500, ¿sí? Esta es la cama donde duerme. 1300, 1300. Cuando vean un 1 a la izquierda significa que superó el máximo que puede medir este dispositivo, que es, ahí se indica la pantallita sobre el lado derecho, el botoncito es de 1999 microwatt por metro cuadrado, ¿sí? ¿Ven? ¿Qué tenemos aquí afuera? Las antenas de Telefónica y Movistar en el pulmón de la manzana. Esto es en 3 arroyos, señores.
The only thing you really can say is that if you measure in a room like this, I would guess in the order of 70 to 80% of all the energies here are from wireless telecommunication. So it's a major new source. And also the exposure levels compared to natural background are just astronomical. The increases are in the order of quintillion times and more, and that's a 1 with 18 zeros after, so it's biblical increases. And from a scientific point of view, it would be very odd if not living cells would react to such an enormous increase in exposure. And as I said, if you go to the scientific literature, you will drown. There are so many papers clearly pointing to that this is hazardous. Again, doing that all these operators, manufacturers, insurance companies, radiation protection authorities, World Health Organization has abandoned ship. They are gone. And from a legal point of view, we are naked. And as you know, in the industry, it's often that the profit goes to their shareholders, but the costs goes to parliaments, governments, taxpayers, and citizens, you know.
We know from a variety of studies of animals, of cellular systems, that there are biological effects from this non-ionizing radiation that are mediated by a variety of different mechanisms.
There are probably about 13 studies that have found DNA breaks, both double and single-strand DNA breaks, with cell phone frequencies. Double-strand DNA breaks are thought not to repair themselves, and that can lead to genetic mutations.
We took the places of the antennas and put them on a map. And we took all the cases of cancer in last 7 years and put them also on a map. And we got a thrilling picture of cases of cancer near the antennas. And when you see that cancer cases are just near the antennas, you can see the association.
When you're a surgeon, and I'm dealing with people, of course, every day, but in part of my research, I've been studying rats when it comes to what happens to the rats when they are exerted to the radiation from mobile phones, basically. But also then you can translate the information that you collect from rats being exposed to the mobile phones into a knowledge about what happens at a longer distance. And we have shown that animals who have been exposed for 2 hours to the radio frequency of a mobile phone, both at 28 days afterwards and 50 days afterwards, there are damaged nerve cells in up to 2% of the tissue, both in the region where we keep our memory function and also in the layer of the brain with which we think. This makes me feel that this is something we have to be careful about.
And we are counting on 25,000 papers or more. And that has never, ever happened in science, that so many papers are wrong at the same time. So I think we must live with the assumption that here are forces let loose that we cannot control as it is now. It is harming our bodies, our cells, our molecules. And among these damages, the most scary one is definitely that they are genotoxic. that they harm our DNA molecules, which are the basis for the genome and all our future generations, and can also explain why, for instance, we see an association with cancers and different diseases, fertility decreases, etc.